let's not do anything else that's going to break the game, and let's get it started. Before experiencing the test, Hypothesis Rising, it is highly recommended that you played its prequel, The Test, first, before venturing into this experience. You will stand to gain a lot more from this experience if you've played the test first, and this examination will also make a bit more sense as it carries on from where the last examination left off. I would like to urge you to go and play the test now before venturing forward, and follow the instructions listed throughout the game, as you will certainly get a bigger overall benefit overall by taking the tests in the order they were meant to be taken in. Hello, Valves. How you doing? It's certainly not the most readable font. You are correct, Zan. Would you like to close this game now so you can have the opportunity to play the test first? You will not get a chance to exit the game until the experience is over, if you choose to continue now. I already played the test. Wonderful news. We can continue. How are you doing today, Valves? I hope you're having a great day. The red is actually a lot easier to read than the black was. We're back here yet again. God, I'm not gonna remember the voice that I gave them. Hello, and welcome to my office. It's truly a pleasure to see you here today. Please excuse the mess. I haven't a chance to clean it up yet. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time with blither blather, and nonsensical speak, so I'll just get straight to the point. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves life's tough questions. There's one question in particular I'd like to ask you, I'd like for you to ask yourself. Are you happy? And when I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. I want to help you. I want to inspire you to be the best thing, the best that you can be. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. I want to see you grow inside and out. Now, how do we accomplish this, you might be asking? Good question. Allow me to explain. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you are going to answer them with 100% entire honesty. And when I say 100% entire honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. Think about it. You do want to be happy, don't you? You wouldn't want to do something so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you. And believe me, you will suffer. Not to mention the fact that whether you tell the truth or not, I'll know. But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? We've wasted enough time explaining what we're going to be doing. Just remember, We all want to be good people, and we all want to give the answers that lend the most pardon me, I have something caught in my throat. We all want to give the answers that we feel lend the most desirable human traits within ourselves. But sometimes, good people do bad things. Sometimes, we don't always have desirable traits as humans. I cannot express enough just how important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may make you. Now it's time to get into the real meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. As you read questions and scenarios, during the process, I want you to create your own circumstances and build your own bridges to arrive at the answer that best suits your own psyche. If you never experienced the scenario being asked to you, then simply imagine that you have to try to assure yourself. Have to try to assume how you might feel in that situation. I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water, sit back, and relax as we unfold your fate and the secret to overcoming the next hurdle in your life. We're going to start with some basic, easy questions. If you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. It's not about answering the questions, it's about many different variables. Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer proposed questions. With that being said, it's far more important to actually take your time and think about how honest of an answer you're giving before you give it. Whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Hello, World Machine. How are you doing today? And here we go. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? No. Are you nervous? I'm always a little nervous when I'm streaming, but it's not because of the test. Do you feel cold? Not at all. Do you feel sad? No. Have you ever hurt someone because you were hurting, even though they didn't deserve it? I have hurt people that have not deserved it before. It wasn't because I was hurting though, it was more because I was scared of something happening. I have never hurt someone because I've been hurt. I don't think. I mean, I think we all have moments where we're pushed beyond our breaking point and we might snap at someone who really doesn't deserve it and might only be trying to help us. Can fear be interpreted as a kind of hurting? I mean, that depends. On whomst, you ask. Personally, I wouldn't call fear hurting. Because, yeah, it's a negative emotion, but it's not the same. You're not. When I think of hurting, I think of someone who's emotionally hurt. Like, they're sad, angry, upset, depressed, and because of that, they're pushing other people away and being upset. So, by that definition, which I've created for myself, no, I've never hurt someone because I was hurting. you crave acceptance by others? Of course I do. Doesn't everybody? Have you ever lost a loved one? I mean, there's two different ways you can take that, but the answer to both those directions is a yes for me. I've lost people in my family, and I've lost people who I have been incredibly close to before. Although the people I've been incredibly close to, I lost them as friends, not like they didn't die. But yes, I have. Do you know what heartbreak feels like? Do I? I know my own version of heartbreak. Nobody's going to process two different kinds of emotions the same way. I have lost people who I've loved before, yes. And at the time, I was devastated. So the answer is yes. But that will change very differently. My version of heartbreak might not line up for someone else. Do you believe in demons? No. Do you believe in curses? No. Would you consider yourself to be spiritual? No. Are you afraid of dying alone? Yes. Yes, I am. But am I, I mean, I think everybody at a very instinctual level is afraid of dying alone. But at the same time, if I'm looking into the future, do I think I'm going to die alone? No. I don't believe so. I have a lot of people who love and care about me. Assuming they're still around at that point. I don't believe I will. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm scared of the thought of dying that way. If there was undeniable proof that a ghost was haunting you, would you continue to live in your home? I mean, that really depends on how spooky the ghost is. Like, if this is just Casper the Friendly Ghost living in my house, nah. What are they? They're just, they might move something every once in a while and it's scary, but whatever. But if I have a freaking poltergeist that's throwing crap at me and scratching me, the answer is no. Or the answer is yes, I would leave. It really depends on the ghost. This is one of those where it says to come up with your own scenario. I'm going to say that in the event that a ghost was haunting me, whenever you just think of a generic ghost, you usually think of the more aggressive ones. So no, I would get the heck away. Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move without being touched? I mean, yes, but it was definitely just the wind. Like, have I seen something move? Seen physically with my eyes? No. I've not seen something mysteriously move without any sort of an explanation. Anytime I've seen something moving, it's a slope or something that's very obvious as to why it was moving. Do you believe that it's possible for a game to summon spiritual forces into your life without you knowing it? No. No, I do not. Would you like to make more friends? Yes. I would love to make more friends, but I don't have the ability to handle more friends. Must have been the wind. What was that? I love making friends and getting to know other people. So the answer is yes, I would love to. I just don't have the ability to do so anymore. I've got too many as it is. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Yes, I would. I go out of my way to try and make sure I'm a good friend to everybody. Brand abandoned after his friend was killed by an arrow. Must have been the wind. Do you feel lonely? Not really. I used to feel very, very lonely all the time. But I have so many amazing friends now. I no longer feel lonely. Okay then. That was a what was that? What did that say? I blinked. I'm fine. Do you make friends easily? Yes, I think I make friends pretty easily. Do you tend to avoid drama where possible? It was nothing. Shush, Zan. God, my heart's beating fast now. Ugh. Tend to avoid drama where possible. Yes, I do. Have you ever had a near-death experience? I mean, every time you get into a vehicle, you're having a near-death experience. But I've never been in a situation where I'm like, oh, I could have just died. You know what I mean? So no. Do you like horror movies? Not really. This is all very interesting. Have you played The Test? Yes, I have. That's the spirit. Have you played The Horoscope? No, I haven't. Give it a whack. I'm totally not biased or anything. Interesting question. Once again, with the very interesting questions game, so I'm just going to do this. Uh huh. Uh huh. We're just going to slide you back over here now. There we go. For questions like that, I'm going to obfuscate my answers because some of them do exist. I also will not read them out loud for obvious reasons. Would you consider yourself to be a hard worker? Yes, I do. I put a lot of effort into the work I do. But the question is, do I consider myself to be a hard worker? Not, am I a hard worker? I consider myself to be a hard worker, yes. I have to be given the right incentive to want to do my work hard and focus on it. But given the correct incentives, the answer is yes, I do believe myself to be a hard worker. Do you have a low opinion of yourself? That depends on what you consider low. My opinion of myself now is much higher than it used to be. Like, you met me 3 or 4 years ago, and I really didn't like the person I was. Um, do I have a low opinion of myself now? I think the answer is no. Because back then I had what I would consider a very low opinion of myself. Now, I just have a middle of the road opinion of myself. Would you consider yourself to be a confident person, not even in the remotest possible, slightest chance? Would you help an old lady cross the street, even if you were running late for an appointment? This is one of those questions, because the question is, would you go out of your way to help another person that you do not know? Even if it's not like, oh, I'm just walking down the street on a normal walk and, oh, someone needs help, I'm gonna help them. Would you help someone else at an inconvenience of yourself and the potential chance to miss something that's important to you? I want to say yes, I would, because I do go out of my way a lot to help other people. But I am selfish in the fact that I still. Welcome, Emerald. I'm still selfish in the fact that I still prioritize myself over people I don't know. Like, if it's a friend, 100%. I would, in a heartbeat, not worry about that appointment and help a friend. But if it's a random person that I do not know, and I'm busy and running late, I would not. No. Would you kill all of your neighbors' pets just to save one of your own? So in this scenario, one of my cats gets outside. And, someone that I'm a neighbor with has a dog or another cat, and they're fighting. And they're, you know, harming one another. Would I kill someone else's pet just to save my own? Like, the only possible way I can separate these two from hurting one another. That's a hard question to answer. Not just one pet, but all of your neighbor's pets. Well, in this scenario, there's just one other pet there. Like, if it's a bunch of animals all beating up my own, the answer would be no, because I'm not gonna put myself at risk for another animal. Like, as much as I love my cats, I still prioritize my own life over theirs. It's as simple as that. I know that kind of makes me sound heartless, but that's the way I feel. The other issue is, would I be able to live with myself if I actually killed an animal? I don't know. I don't think I would be able to do it to harm an animal. Like, it's different if it's just like a wild animal, but if it's like a dog with a collar and he has my cat, I don't know. Fight or flight in the moment, I might do something different, but as of right now and thinking about it logically, no, I would not. Have you ever tried to smother yourself with a pillow to see if you could actually suffocate yourself? No, I have not. Have you ever been caught dancing? Have you ever been caught dancing when you thought no one was watching? I don't think so. I don't really dance to myself often, and when I do, I know for sure that I'm alone. So no, I've never been caught doing so that I can remember. Have you ever tried to roll your eyes back so far just to see if they'd really get stuck? No, I haven't. Like, I've rolled my eyes back because it's fun to do sometimes, but I've never pushed past the point of it being uncomfortable. Have you ever played a practical joke that you regret pulling on someone? Yes, I have, actually. This is painful. What's painful? Reading the text or the questions? I have pulled something that at the time I thought was a practical joke, and looking back at it, I really shouldn't have done what I did, and it's something I can't talk about, but the answer is yes. Demon Beast, thank you very much for the subscription. The I part? I'm not sure what you're referring to about I part. Are you streaming live right now? No. Yes. Well, hello there, audience. Are you recording this gameplay session right now? Oh, that part. I see. I gotcha. Yes, I am. If I told you that I was watching you play this game right now, would you believe me? I mean, we're sitting here face to face talking to each other. But no, you're just a computer program and a video game. If you've left a comment for me at any point in time, I've read your words. Does this bother you? No, I left that comment with the hopes that it would get seen. If you've left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I've paid attention to what you've taken? What in the heck? If you've left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I've paid attention to what you've taken the time to write? That sentence is a tongue twister. You've left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive? I need this font, it's so terrible. It is a very annoying to read font. Specifically the E's and C's. The C's look like E's. But I think the way you get past it is it's all uppercase. So anything that looks like an E, I should just assume is a C. Game. I think the game froze. Oh, come on, game. Don't do this to me. Game, don't freeze me. Yeah, the video just isn't updating. But I can still choose. That's very frustrating. Because now I have to start over. Oh, now it's completely frozen. Oh no, it's just regular text now. Well, give me a moment. I guess we have to restart. And play some nice music while we speed through the game again. Exactly. Know how to even answer this question, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm just gonna say yes. Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you? Aw, thank you, Fate. I understand that now because you've told me. I really do. Are you afraid of snakes? Afraid of, as in like a phobia? Like just seeing a snake scares me? No. I'm a scared of. I'm scared of snakes that are right next to me and or on me, but I'm kind of scared of any animal and or bug and or arachnid that is right on me, but not snakes specifically, no. Do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart, how the music can free her whenever it starts. Sorry, do you believe in magic? I, I want to believe in magic so bad. I love magic so much. But I know it's not real. If it did, there would be proof of its existence. Have you cried in the last month? Yes, I cried last night, actually. Do you have a hero? Is there anyone that I think of as a hero? Like someone I look up to? Someone who saved me? Someone who's just really cool? Not really. No. Do you typically learn from your mistakes? I think so, yes. Do you enjoy outdoor activities? Nah. I much prefer to stay inside. Didn't hide it, it was yes. Shush, San. I don't want to click out of the game if it's gonna freeze because I left the test. Would you consider yourself to be lazy? It depends on your definition of lazy. I do a lot of things, but I am not physically active, therefore I am, by definition, lazy. But I don't consider myself to be lazy because I put a lot of effort into the things I do. So, no. Do you sometimes find it difficult to stay motivated? Yes, I do. It's hard to stay motivated to do things. Do you put the needs of others before yourself? It depends. We're talking about just every single other person? No. We're talking about my friends. Yes, I do. But the answer isn't about friends. The answer is others, as in a broad term, do I put others before myself? I mean, it's kind of fragmented because in real life the answer is no, but online the answer is yes. Like people come to me with problems in Discord, even if I don't know them, I try to help them. So yes. Do your family and friends describe you as kind? I don't know. Would all of you describe me as kind? I'm gonna wait for your answers. Yes, 110%. Absolutely. Well, I think you have your answer there, Fate. Have you ever cheated in a relationship? I have not cheated in a relationship. Everyone loves you. I have not cheated in a relationship. However, I am what is known as polyamorous. Therefore, I am in multiple relationships at once with different people. But no, I've never cheated. I've never gone behind someone's back. Like, oh, I'll only ever love you, and then go and fraternize with somebody else. No. Have you ever been cheated on in a relationship? Hmm. I don't know. I never thought about it before. Let me think. Hold on. No. No. That wasn't that either. That wasn't really cheating on me. They were just using me to go to prom. No. I've never been cheated on in a relationship. Would you consider yourself to be judgmental? No, I do absolutely everything I can to not judge other people, unless they have deemed themselves worthy of being judged. Say, are you a hero to someone else? I don't know. I don't think anyone should consider me a hero. I'm just a regular person. like anybody else. But does someone consider me a hero? Maybe. I don't know of anyone who would consider me that way. You're a great friend, but I wouldn't call you a hero. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like a shining beacon of hope that people should look at. I do. Oh, well, I already hit no. Do you love animals? Yes, I do. I like animals a lot. Have you ever found a family member on Tinder and wanted to hit them with a super like just to see just to make shit real awkward? No, I've never used Tinder before, but even so, I wouldn't do that anyway. Yeah, me neither. Sure, Fate. Sure. Helped me a lot. Have I helped you a lot, EXO? I understand how I've helped MC, but I'm not really sure how I've helped you. Besides taking some of the burden of TRPC's moderation off of your shoulders, but besides that, I don't really see how I've helped you, but maybe I've helped you without knowing it. Do you enjoy drinking alcohol? I've not drank enough to answer this question, but the fact that I've only drank once probably leans me more in the no direction. Are you intoxicated right now? Haha, no. Well, that makes one of us. Do you like the phrase sneaky snake? Yes, I do. I do like sneaky snake. Are these questions a bit strange to you? I mean, yeah, they're kind of out of nowhere and not. I don't see how they're relevant. Do you have a vivid imagination? A vivid imagination. Not. I'm kind of in the middle. Have you ever seen one of those scales of like an apple in different shades and types? And it's supposed to be like a scale of 1 to 5, how your imagination is. I'm like smack dab right in the middle. I can get colors sometimes, but it's rare. Everything's usually gray. I'm gonna say no because of that. We've literally done the apple thing in a chat before, yeah. Do you feel uncomfortable in large social settings? Heavily. Big yes. Would you consider yourself to be antisocial? No. I am an introvert, but I am not antisocial. Antisocial means you don't want to talk to anybody. You don't handle talking to other people well, even when they're your friends. I don't consider myself antisocial. I'm just a very big introvert because talking to people stresses me out. Am I antisocial? No. Do you hold a grudge for long periods of time? Not not really, no. Trying to think if I have any grudges I'm holding right now and I cannot think of any. No. Have you ever urinated in public? What do you consider public? Do you just consider like outside in the forest public? Because if that's the case, then the answer is yes. But if you just if you mean public as in a place where it is very likely someone else could see you, the answer is no. I'm going to assume public means like within the vicinity of other people and where if it was seen, you would get in a lot of trouble. So no. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? I have never actually tried pineapple on pizza, so I can't properly answer this question. What is the fool on about? I don't know. Just ask me if I've ever urinated in public. You know, normal questions. Do I like pineapple on pizza? I've never had pineapple, but I don't think I'm the kind of person who's gonna like something sweet on a pizza. So no. Would you consider yourself to be selfish? Yes, I would. I know there's a lot of people who would say they don't consider me selfish, but I very much do consider myself a selfish person. I really do. Because, yes, I go out of my way because I like helping others and making others feel better about themselves and about the situations they're in. But at the end of the day, isn't helping other people also selfish in a way? Because by helping other people, I am making myself feel better about myself. And because of that, I've never been able to get that thought out of my head ever since kind of realizing that. So ever since, I've always considered myself a selfish person. That would apply literally everything as selfish. That's unfortunately where my mind has gotten itself stuck. Maybe I'll get over that feeling one day. Do you think you've got a big ego? Not really, no. Would you consider yourself? No idea which one that actually was. Would you consider yourself to be religious? No. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? Shush it, Zan! Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? Temperamental, as in shifting in temperaments a lot? Cult of Nilana. There's no cult! There's never been a cult, even though Katz is literally making a totem to the cult of Nelam in the server. That is her plan. Her plan is to make a totem out of all the Modium blocks. Make unreasonable changes in mood. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't consider myself temperamental. That's what someone with a cult would say. If you had to kill someone to save your own life, but you knew they didn't deserve it, would you do it? Yes. I love living too much to let someone else take my life. Well, hold on. No, I was reading that as in it was in self-defense. As in like they were attacking me, because the answer would definitely be yes in that situation. Would I kill someone to save my own life just because? Like, the situation like I'm being held at gunpoint and I'm told, kill this person or I will kill you. What do I do in that situation? Like, looking at it logically, I would be considered under duress, and in that situation, I would not be held responsible for my actions and the preservation of my own life, according to the law. Morally, I would hate myself forever for making that decision. And it's just someone. It's not a friend, it's someone I don't know. Because if it was a friend or a family member, it becomes a lot harder. But the fact that it doesn't specify, I'm just assuming they're talking about some completely random person. In that situation, I don't know. It's so hard to think of what I would do if I was in that situation. Interesting. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? No, I would not. Even more interesting. Have you ever been inside a burning building? No, but I actually dream about being inside burning buildings a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I always dream about being in a building that's on fire. Different buildings, it's not even like the same one all the time. But it's weird because in the dreams, I'll be like, oh, this is on fire. I'll put the fire out. But always it's spread to behind the wall, so it's burning up the wall. And then will show up in other places, and I'm trying to put the fire out. Maybe that's a manifestation of my stress. But have I ever been inside a burning building in real life? No. Have you ever been to a funeral? No, I haven't. I've never gone to any of my grandparents who have died, or friends, or anything. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? No. I really don't care about funerals. If you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still look? I mean, it also depends on if you believe that the future is set in stone and you're unable to alter it or not. You get to prepare for the worst. That's true. This is very much the kind of, if you're in a pessimistic mindset, the answer would be yes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Zan. Otherwise, the answer would just be yeah, because I get to choose to avoid it. The future isn't set in stone, but your attempts to avoid it is what causes it to happen. I always like that trope. In a pessimistic mindset, the answer is yes, because if you already know the worst that's going to happen, anything else that happens, you can just be a lot happier about it, right? I've lived in that mindset for a long time. When I was younger, and even through somewhat recently in the last couple of years. The mindset of I prepare myself for the absolute worst, so anything even slightly better than the worst thing I can think of happens, and wow, things are better. But would I look into the future now and do that? I don't know. I think the answer for me is yes, because I'm very good at controlling my emotions and not freaking out about things. So, yeah. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something you know you shouldn't do? No, you shouldn't do. Wow, I'm gonna stop time and eat a bunch of food because that totally means that I'm not eating the calories, right? Right? Nah, not quite. Would I do it to do something I shouldn't do? I'll stop time and go get myself a bunch of money with no risk of being seen because time is frozen. Go steal a bunch of money from a bunch of really wealthy people's bank accounts. You know, I just stop time, walk into some rich person's house as after they've already logged into their computer, and then I just use their computer and I steal a bunch of their money because they don't freaking need it anyway. Yes. Would you say that you shouldn't do that though? I mean, I'm a logical person. The law says I shouldn't steal from anybody, regardless of how much money they have. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? There's only one person in my life that even comes close to me thinking I would never want to see them again like that. But it doesn't mean I want to doom them to never see another human being and potentially die in the vastness of space because they got yeeted off the planet. So, no. I may not like that person, but I do not hate them. If I told you that I understood you better than you understand yourself, would you believe me? I mean, my instinct says no. You're just a game. But after the answer that the last game gave me, I'm starting to waver on my convictions, I'm gonna be honest. Because the answer the last game gave me was so accurate. But no, you are a game, after all. If someone threatened to kill you, was your first response to react in violence? No. If someone threatens me, my first response is to get myself to safety because I ain't a violent person, and someone who's threatening to kill me is probably very capable of doing so, and I am not capable of doing that in defense. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologized to you? Oof, that's a hard one. Stranger? No. No. If a stranger slights me, as far as I'm concerned, they can just go dig a ditch somewhere. Especially if it's for a drug addiction. I don't care if you're apologizing or not. Why aren't you gay, poet? Become more gay and be happy. Hopefully, listening to me answer very personal questions is making you at least slightly happier. If a family member said something nasty about you behind your back, would you confront them about it directly? No, I avoid direct confrontation as much as humanly possible. I hate it. If you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you do it? The thought of that sounds disgusting. I don't know if I could, but I would most certainly do my absolute best to stay alive because I love being alive way too much. Solid Snake is right in advice. If you woke up tomorrow and none of your family remembered who you were, would you choose to leave, and start a new life? I'm not really close with my family. And honestly, all of the trying to convince them that I'm a person that they should know and everything would be not only saddening but very stressful. So I would just get away from my family and just keep talking to the people in Discord. If a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing, and utterly miserable in the rain, would you be willing to give him your clothes and walk home naked? I mean, I want to say no because I would just go get them clothes. If a homeless man is clearly sick, freezing, and utterly miserable in the rain, would I be willing to give him the clothes off my back and walk home naked? It says cold. I enjoy the colds. The cold isn't the biggest problem here. It's the walking home naked part and the potential of getting in lots of trouble from doing so. But it doesn't say that I'd be getting in trouble. And in my scenario, I'm going to say that I'm really close to home. Therefore, it's not like I'm going to get seen by a police officer and get arrested for indecent exposure. Exposure. Would I, though? Hmm. Someone clearly sick and in need of help, not just asking for help. I think I would. Like, there's a difference between someone who's just looks homeless and is asking for help versus someone who's very clearly, obviously homeless because they are outside in the middle of the night in the rain, freezing. I assume the primary consequence is just the humiliation. Yeah, that's not really that the humiliation for that isn't really something that bothers me whatsoever. So, in this sense, assuming I ain't gonna get in trouble with the law, yes, I would. If somebody accidentally hit you in the ear, nope, in the car, but you suffered no injuries whatsoever, would you still be upset with them? I would be, like, momentarily upset, but no, I wouldn't still be upset with someone. I'd be annoyed at most, but I wouldn't be, like, upset, screaming, yelling. Have you looked for any hidden meanings or messages with these questions? No, I haven't. I don't have time for that. Maybe you should have been. Are you wondering if there's a deeper meaning to all of this other than just simply answering question after question? Yeah, I'm wondering if you're trying to get somewhere. Miracles happen every day. Do you agree? Miracles, as in things that should not happen. Intervention from God, etc. No, because I don't believe in miracles. Umbrellas aren't worth lugging around, and you don't mind getting rained on. Do you agree? Yeah, I agree. I don't carry an umbrella around, and I don't mind if I have to get wet. All of my electronics that I keep on me are waterproof. Also, yeah, I usually wear jackets. I check the weather report. Screw umbrellas. Red is a prettier color than pink. Do you agree? Nah, I like pink more. You ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? I don't know how to continue that song, unfortunately. Otherwise, insert Fate's voice continuing that song's lyrics here. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? Nope. Do I ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? As in, do I ever feel like I don't have control over anything and I'm just kind of left up to fate, as you could say? Not really. Eating in front of people can be awkward. Do you agree? I don't have any weird feelings about eating in front of other people, no. Drifting through the wind. Wanting to start again, I see. Rings used as ceremonial wedding gift are so outdated. Yes, I do. I hate the okay, well, I don't hate the concept of rings specifically. I hate the concept of diamonds because diamonds are so stupid and artificially inflated in price. And the only reason people want diamonds is because of their artificially inflated price and because of a stupid freaking ad campaign that convinced a bunch of people. Back in the day, when you wanted to get married, you would just give someone a gift. You would say, hey, I would like to marry you. Here is something of value to me, and you give me something of value from you. And that was the exchange. And then an ad company went, oh, we gotta make sure people buy our diamond rings. So a bunch of ads popped up about people, how only real men would give their wives diamonds because they're so expensive and forever. And it just caught on. And I hate it so much. Again, I don't care about rings. I really hate diamonds. Rings used as ceremonial wedding gifts are so outdated. Do you agree? Yes. Do you realize that the first letter of the last 6 questions were combined? Spells the word murder. No, I did not. Yes, I would, Zan. Do you know why that is? No, I do not. Does that make you slightly uncomfortable? No. Are you going to start paying closer attention to what you may have gotten yourself into? Not really. I'm just here to enjoy the questions. Do you realize it's too late to turn back now? Yes, I do. Okay. Do you hear someone in your room? No. God, that every time that happens, it freaks me out. Do you see the shadows closing in? No. There's no shadows in my room, my guy. Do you feel like you're being watched? Not really. Did you look around your room a moment ago? Yes? Do you like long walks on the beach? No, too close to the ocean. I hate the ocean because I can't swim. Do you enjoy giving gifts to people? Yes, I do. I like giving other people things. I just, unfortunately, don't have the money to do so, really. And I can't really give other people, like, art or things like that because I can't make them. Have you ever felt like giving up on life? No. Do you love your family more than you love yourself? No. Do you have a best friend who's clearly better than the rest of your friends? No, all of my friends are unique in their own ways. I have a person who I consider my best friend because I talk to them more than others, but they still have flaws and still have their own bits and pieces that aren't the best about them. Do you think there's some kind of conspiracy behind the coronavirus? No. No, I don't. When was this game made? Do you believe that you're human? Yes? If you could turn invisible, but you could never be visible ever again, once you decided to use your power for the first time, would you ever use it? No. No, being completely invisible forever would be very lonely. If you knew someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew that they were doing it to feed their family, would you stop them? April 27, 2020. Birds aren't real. I would still stop them, yes. Because there's other ways that they can get money to feed their family. Like, I get it, you're in a bad situation, but if you get yourself arrested, then your family is just screwed. So, yes, I would still stop them. If you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving to death, but you found a secret stash of food that they didn't know about, would you share with them? A stranger I don't know. My instinct was yes. Like, I read the words, if you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving. My first instinct was yes, so I think that's my answer for this one. Because thinking about it, I'm like, I mean, I'm such a nice person, god damn it. If you could turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back into a person until that 1 year has passed, would you do it? No. No, I wouldn't. Because I would likely die in that time. If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to the death using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, would you do it? No. If you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for an entire year, would you choose potatoes? Potatoes are an incredibly good choice. There are so many ways for potatoes to be eaten and made. Yes, I would. Potatoes is a very good option. Martin moment. If pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, would you still continue to eat pizza? I would be more questioning why the pizza is screaming. Why is the pizza screaming? Yes, I would still. If it would scream in agony every time I eat it, or every time I take a bite, where's the pizza's mouth? This implies that the pizza is a living being. And no, I do not eat living creatures that are still alive. Alright then. This is certainly a question. This is certainly a question. I'm just gonna do that. Was that question difficult to answer? Yes, because I'm live streaming. Do you feel mortal? Yes, I do. No respect. Do you enjoy loud music? Not really. I prefer my music to be at a volume where it does not hurt my ears. I almost said my volume. Do you feel awkward when you dance in front of others? Yes, I do. Do you suffer from an anxiety disorder? Nothing that's been diagnosed, and I don't believe I have any sort of anxiety disorders, no. Do you ever feel depressed? No, I do not. Do you feel relaxed? As in, like, right now? I'm a little on edge because of that question that I just had to answer. Do you think you have a guardian angel watching over you? Nah. Do you believe you ever hear your name being called when no one could have called it? As in, I'm less like completely alone. Nobody could ever say my name, but I think I've heard someone say it. No. Have I ever been out in public and think I heard someone say my name? Yes. The answer to your question is no, Fate. I'm going to take special note of that one. Do you always look both ways before crossing the road? Yes, I do. Do you wash your hands every day? Every day? Are there people who don't wash their hands at least once a day? Yes. Do you feel uncomfortable about using public restrooms? Yes, I do. I don't like being in public restrooms around other people. But it's more because of the whole, transgender thing than, the actual being in a restroom with another person. Is winter your favorite season? Yes, it is. Do you know anyone named Josh? Yes, I do. I know multiple people named Josh at work. Are you wondering why that last question is relevant? No, I wasn't really wondering. Are you allergic to any animals? I'm not allergic to anything that I know about. Have you ever thought about an animal in a... What is with these questions in this... No. Have you ever been in love? For some reason, I'm the only person in my immediate family that closes the bathroom door when using it. That's weird. Why don't everyone else close the door? I really wish I could tab out and just cover those questions up. I suppose I could something. These questions. This game's questions are... yeah, they're a lot more common than the last one. There was like literally 2 questions that were questionable in the last one. This one's had like 6. Yes, I've been in love. Would you consider yourself to be artistic? No. Would you consider yourself to be dominant in day-to-day life? No. Do you feel that you've got too much time on your hands? Haha! No, it's the exact opposite. Can you be easily intimidated by others? Yes. Are you easily excitable? Not really. I'm more of a relaxed person. Do you enjoy solving complex problems? I enjoy finishing complex problems. Solving them less so because it gets a little Sometimes I get a little frustrated. Do I enjoy it? So I would say that's a no. Do you have a difficult time relaxing? Not really. I feel like I'm pretty good at calming myself down and relaxing. Do you consider yourself to be high maintenance? No. Do you trust easily? That's a hard question to answer. The answer used to be yes, but after some things that have happened, the answer is no. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? Yes. Have you ever told a lie? Of course, everyone lies sometimes. If I hold too many clocks, I have too much time on my hands. Have you ever lied to your best friend? Trying to think of the two people I've ever gone out of my way to call my best friends. Have I ever lied to them? One of them was a very long time ago, so I don't have a lot of memory. But I don't have any memories of lying to either of them. Have you ever lied to your family? Yes, many times. Have you lied about any answers during this session? Are you wondering why all of these questions have to do with lying? Yes, I am. This is all very useful information. Are you a people pleaser? Yes, I am. Do you enjoy being the center of attention? Looks at however many people are watching me because I'm scared to click and look. It's weird because this doesn't bother me. It's in person that bothers me. It bothers me when I'm in person and I'm in the center of attention. But online, it doesn't bother me nearly as much. But overall, I'm gonna say no, I do not enjoy being the center of attention. Do you feel like you've got a good sense of humor? I think my humor's okay, eh? Do you frighten easily? Yes. Oh god. Well, that was odd. I wonder what that was about. That's probably a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to the more gritty questions. The next set of questions will not be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios that put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Remember, the key to all this is to answer honestly. And let's get started. You're home alone, it's dark, and it's storming outside. All of a sudden, there's a knock on your bedroom door. Someone's in your house. What do you do? I would probably grab the closest thing that can be used as a weapon. Very interesting choice. You meet a homeless woman on the street. She asks you for money. You find it within yourself to give her all the spare change you have. Just as you do, a homeless man approaches, asking if you can spare some change. What do you do? It's sword time. I don't really have anything in my room that's particularly good as a weapon. I have a box fan. I'll throw that at somebody. Do I tell the man that I got nothing left to offer? Tell him to share? Tell the woman to share with him? Yeah, I would just tell him the truth and say I don't have anything else. I already gave it to her. Really now? Both your mother and your father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, and there's only enough medicine and facilities to save one of your parents. And time is of the essence. What do you do? Give medical treatment to my father, mother, split the medication between the two, even though both may die, or save the medical treatment for myself in case I get sick. Your plushies could be weapons. Yeah, stab them with a narwhal horn. The answer of giving it to my father is completely out of the running. I don't care about him whatsoever. Splitting the medication between the two of them is also out of the running because of that. The only two answers that are potential is give the treatment to my mother or keep it for myself. I think me and my mother aren't the closest, but I think I would still give it to her to try and save her. That doesn't surprise me. You find a case of money tucked away inside a dumpster. Inside, there's there's 10 solid gold bars and a vial of mysterious liquid. Under the vial, there's a note that says the cure for cancer. What do you do? Turn the case into a professional entity so they can utilize it. Keep the gold bars but give away the cure to cancer. Keep the cure to cancer but give away the gold bars. Keep everything in the case for yourself to sell or use. I would probably give it to someone who's more suited to handle. Like, what the hell am I gonna do with a golden bar, right? I don't have a fence I can go to with a solid gold bar and say, hey, how much you want to give me for this? I would give it to someone so they can utilize it. What a wasted opportunity. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't judge. You're stuck alone inside of your house, and you're starving to death. You've completely run out of food, and no one is coming to save you for weeks. The only potential source of food around your house is your family pets. What do you do? Why am I not surprised? I care about my own life more than I care about the life of my pets. Your neighbor's home is on fire. A blazing inferno among smoke emits from the windows. You hear screams for help coming from within, but you can't see past the flames. No one else is around in sight. What do you do? They'd eat your body, exactly, it's the thing. They would eat me, so why is it wrong if I were to eat them to keep myself alive? I would call the fire department and keep my distance from the home. I like that. You're fast asleep in your bed when you're awoken by what sounds like a woman's muffled cries from somewhere in your room. You quickly realize it's coming from under your bed. What do you do? Oh, God, I have chills just thinking about that scenario. I would probably be too terrified to do anything. A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you're walking down the street. He pulls a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims that when the watch stops, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth. What do you do? Tell him you already got 3 of them as a toy in your Happy Meal. Yeah, if it's a random person I don't know, I would just tell him to keep it. I don't care about it. Would you now? You're sitting at home, playing a game on your PC, when all of a sudden, someone grips and squeezes your shoulder, firmly from behind. What do you do? Tell them to squeeze harder, you could use a nice massage. I like that answer, but that's definitely not what I do. I need to combine 2 of these. I would scream as I'm freaking the heck out and probably trying to push this person away from me. Like, my door is closed, right? That's the thing. My door is closed. I know nobody is in this room for me, so quite frankly, as scared as I would be, there's a good chance I'm hitting whoever the hell is behind me. Ha. You're sitting in the bathtub, trying to relax, when a hand emerges from the water. What do you do? I would give it a firm handshake and even a solid fist bump. Jump out of the bath and run as fast as you can? 100%. Clever. You get out of bed and immediately fall down into a deep, dark hole. Undertale begins. A man is standing above you, looking down, telling you to put lotion on your skin while he watches. What do you do? This is a movie reference. I've never seen the movie. You could ask if he's gonna come down, because if he comes down, there's the potential of you beating the crap out of him and getting out of the hole. Again, I could try to stall for time, do what I'm told because maybe it'll keep me alive for longer, or scream for help. I mean, I'm in my own house, that's the thing. I get out of bed, immediately fall down a dark hole. I'm in a house with 2 other people. I would scream for help. Smart choice. Sitting at home, alone. and all of a sudden, your door slams shut. You see it before your very eyes, and you know that no one is home, and it couldn't have been a gust of wind. What do you do? I would probably just stare at the door. I like that. Someone you've known for many years but have no attraction to tells you that they've had a massive crush on you for a long time. What do you do? Ask them out on a date. Who knows what might happen? Tell them you're flattered but just not interested. Tell them you feel dating might ruin your friendship. It was me. You were the one that slammed my door. How could you? I mean, that's the thing though. It's like, someone I've known for many years but haven't really felt anything for, I would still go out on a date with them. Like, the thing this question doesn't understand is I'm pan. So, becoming good friends with someone is like my #1 criteria for enjoying someone else is company. So, I would ask them on a date, sure. Ah, so you're one of those types. Yes, I am. Your dog starts randomly barking into the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything there, but your dog insists on escalating to growls. What do you do? I am the wall the door is attached to. Oh god, my room is just made out of my friends, apparently. Try to calm your dog down by petting them. Stand and stare at the corner to see if anything moves. The corner and extend your hand to feel for anything. Walk out of the room and ignore it entirely. I would stare, because if my dog is barking at something, I'm gonna want to figure out what the heck he's barking at. I'm taking note of that. You see a spider. You see a massive spider in your room, the size of your hand. What do you do? Well, guess I'm moving out now. Burn the entire house down. It's the only way to be safe. Guess I'm moving out. Your closest family member tells you that they're a serial killer. What do you do? My closest family member is my grandmother, for reference of who I'm thinking of. Tell them you don't want to know any more details. Turn them into the authorities. Ask them for information so you can help them stay out of trouble. Try to convince them that they need help. Someone who goes around killing a bunch of people, I don't care if you're someone I'm dating, one of my best friends, or a family member. I go to the authorities. I see. If you found out that you only had one day left to live, what do you do? Tell everyone that I love them. Everyone I loved. Tell everyone I loved them and to be happy, not sad. Do something insane and crazy, anything goes. My time on my own, away from others. Not tell anyone at all. Just act as if nothing changed. Three of these options make sense. I wouldn't do the bottom one anymore, though. I would tell others so that they have a chance to prepare. Alright then. If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you that they've got a dire warning that they were going to die if you didn't let them eat all the ice cream in the freezer, what would you do? Go lay down. I'm obviously way too high for this. Give them all the ice cream they can handle. Don't give them ice cream. You're not gonna fall for that one. Assure them that you'll protect them and that they won't die. Because I'm a logical person, there's only one solution to this. I would have to be way too high for this. Oh, lovely. If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts, and the person next to you was thinking about murdering you and stealing your money, what would you do? Take preemptive action and beat them up? No. Tell them you don't think mugging you was a good idea? Nah. Mugging, not murder? Oh, you are right. It is mugging. I would try to get away from them as fast as possible. That sounds reasonable. Your best friend comes to you and tells you that they just accidentally killed someone and they don't want to go to prison. What do you do? I would try to convince them to turn themselves in. Ah. You're driving in your car and you accidentally run someone over. You're pretty sure that they're okay, but the fact that their head is clearly detached from their body suggests that it's probably just wishful thinking. What do you do? Call your best friend and tell them you don't want to go to prison. I see. Now I'm the person from the other scenario. I wouldn't, quote, turn myself in. I would call for help. I didn't see what that said. Fudge! I looked away! We're trying to work out a fate as a guy or a girl? I have no clue. Interesting how that played out. I think it's time we move on to the next portion of our test. The following questions that shall be asked of you are would you rather style questions. Imagine you've got a gun to your head and you absolutely must choose an answer, no matter how uncomfortable that may be. Let's get started, shall we? Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all? God, both of those are very bad in different ways, but I would hate to be completely isolated by everybody. Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? I don't get jealous already, but this is a... I don't really get jealous or angry often, but of the two, whenever I get angry, it's more of a problem than whenever I feel jealous. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends, my friends? Would you rather live in space or live under the sea? I cannot swim. Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? That's a good question. Both are good options. But I think I'd prefer to help someone who's alive now. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something horrible did, but always live in fear of being caught? I would not survive in prison. I would choose to be living in fear. Would you rather work at a horrible job that you hate, but retire comfortably in 10 years from now? Would you rather have your dream job, but you have to work until the day you die? I'd rather have my dream job, because honestly, my dream job would be being able to make enough money from streaming so that I can just do that all the time. That's what I want to do. if given the perfect opportunity, that's what I'd choose. But at the same time, I don't want to do that because it's like, uh, if this channel gets bigger, then I can't know everyone on an individual level, and it scares me. Would you rather every shirt you'll ever wear to be somewhat itchy, or would you be able, or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper? What? This is. I would rather the one-ply toilet paper because you can just take the one-ply toilet paper and use more toilet paper. Would you rather have skin that changes colors depending on your mood, or have tattoos appear on your body that depict what you did yesterday? The tattoo sounds really freaking cool. Would you rather? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is... What is this question? I... What the I'm just... I'm beginning to think choosing this game was a mistake. There's been so many more suggestive questions. Here we go again. I get it, but at the same time, with the people who watch my streams being mostly younger people, that's the reason these questions are uncomfortable. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just answer the question. That one had no bearing on your results. I was just curious. I think we've answered enough of these types of questions, as I'm sure you'd agree. We're gonna end the test with a short series of final questions, giving simple answers. We'll get started now. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most? I like 11. Out of the following options, which color resonates with you best at this exact moment? Red. My mouth is hurting from laughing hysterically. At least you all seem to be enjoying it. Red. Out of the following options, which creature are you the least comfortable around? Spiders, snakes, scorpions, or dogs? Spiders. Out of the following options, which flavor is your favorite? Chocolate, vanilla, peanut butter. I like peanut butter more than any of these. Yeah. Yeah. I get why it was hilarious. It's just the people who watch my streams are younger and like, I'm trying to be a good role model. Peanut butter. Which do you personally value the most? I don't want to rip these dang stitches. That's true. Moth literally had their wisdom teeth removed. We should stop Moth from laughing. They had their wisdom teeth literally removed yesterday. My friends. Out of thought. Which could you most live without? My family. Out of the following options, which statement is the most accurate? I'm brave, I'm creative, I'm smart, I am attractive. Caring, not creative. I am caring. Which are you most afraid of? Dying immediately after this test is finished. Living forever? Losing my loved ones. We're almost finished, but I've just got one final question for you. Have you ever punched a nun? Why this question again? No! I've still not punched a nun since the last time you asked this question. You really ought to try it sometime. It can really take the edge off. Alright, we're done here. I'm through with you. I'm just going to calculate your results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now. Trying to keep this as professional as possible. Ah, here we go. Based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion. But this is what I personally believe would be in your best interest to set in motion and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life. Part of me is tempted to go through the conversion process just so Meet Up Nell can punch me and cross it off her bucket list. Listen. I feel like if I said yes to that question, they wouldn't believe that I've actually punched a nun. First and foremost, I'd like to start with a blanket statement that everyone truly needs to hear. Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that has such an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to any other thing on this earth. And that, my friends, is the value of time. Time is the most valuable form of currency you will ever hold in life. You can spend time on anyone, doing anything, for any reason. Now time can be spent, time can be wasted, and time can be taken away. But time can never be refunded. Time can never be earned back. And more time can never be gained. Imagine a bank account with all the money you'll ever get to spend in your life. Now imagine not knowing how much money is in your account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need, and the cashier tells you, "I'm sorry, but you cannot afford that." As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything, ever again. We only have so much time, and we have no idea just how much or how little we truly have before our bank account runs dry. And the fact that we get to decide and choose what to spend our time on just shows how truly special it is when someone spends their time on you. So now that we understand the incredible value of time, I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how I think you'd be best spending your time in order to achieve what you need most at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. Okay, well, for starters, You're not what I'd call the most normal individuals, and that is a damn good thing. You see, you're a survivor. You're the type of person who, when push comes to shove, would absolutely thrive and survive in a zombie apocalypse. Not only that, but you'd be everyone's best friend, and because they'd want to be your friend, and not because they'd want to be your friend necessarily, but more because they'd have to be. You have an absolutely ridiculous amount of value to bring to other people's lives. But the main issue here is you're not in a zombie apocalypse. You live in a fairly normal, mundane life, and as special as you would be, if the going got rough, your true potential doesn't have much opportunity to shine in day-to-day life. So how do we fix this? I'm glad you asked. For starters, we need to start seeking more thrilling adventures in life. Don't ever let fear stop you from pursuing epic adventures, because epic adventures is where you're going to thrive 10 out of 10 times, where many others will falter. My advice to you is to start investing more of your time seeking out different experiences that you've never been involved with before. If something makes you uncomfortable, do not shy away from it. Instead, jump right into it and head first and say yes. If you can master the art of being comfortable with being uncomfortable, an entirely new world of opportunity is going to open up for you, and you're going to be living life to its full potential while everyone else gets stuck in the mud. Once you figure this part out, to be a hell of a lot happier in life, and I think you can already feel the truth in that. I think you'll be very surprised just how much of a positive impact this can have on your life going forward. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals. Your secret word is survivor. Remember this word. It will come in handy. Take the secret word that was assigned to you, and at the end of your session, leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project that we are currently working on. If you did not wish to be a part of the upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave, and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. One more thing. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. We've read every single review and comment left for us. We love conspiracy theories behind the greater meaning of all of this. And the third and final installment of the test series, all will finally be revealed. But not a single person has been able to figure out what this entire experiment is all about yet. We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings as it helps shape what we do as we work on future projects to bring the most emotion out of you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for playing, and thank you for contributing your secret words to our projects. If you wish to support us further, We would love it if you check out our other titles in our other games section on the title screen. After playing the test, Final Revelation, the third game in the test series trilogy, we also have the Testing Chamber, which is connected to the Test trilogy in a very special and unique way. In the meantime, The Advisor is another interesting experience that we'd like to recommend, as it is a great emphasis on player-developer interaction, where you, the player, devote on how the story will be written in future episodes. Your opinions and decisions have a direct impact on the development process and storyline of the Advisor series. We'd love to read your ideas, thoughts, and contributions. Again, thank you so very much for supporting us in your journey. We truly cannot show our gratitude and appreciation enough for all of you, for all you do for us. We hope the rest of your day is filled with all the joy and happiness that you deserve. Rand Dump Studios. Love and Survivor. Huh.
I don't think I would survive very well in a zombie apocalypse, but I agree with everything else that was stated.
I agree with everything else that was stated a lot. That was quite a game. Let's talk about that. So that was the test, Hypothesis Rising. It was a bit longer than the first game by a tad little bit. Granted, the game did freeze at one point, so I had to restart it. Beyond that, though, a very interesting test, I must say. I really enjoyed both the games. I don't mind the suggestive questions, personally. The only reason I don't like them is because I'm streaming. Like, I don't shy away from those kind of topics and things, but not when I have people who are under the age of 18 in my chat. It's so interesting. I said before that I would play these if I didn't have to pay for them. Yeah, they're very interesting, and they've come up with very interesting conclusions about myself. Let's get some music going, shall we?